London stocks on Wednesday took up where they left off the previous afternoon, rising on the back of a pound that was taking a bruising from a new wave of political worries and upbeat updates from airline EasyJet and miner BHP Billiton. The FTSE 100 jumped 39 points or 0.51% to 7,665.38 in the first hour of trading, with the pound down another 0.2% to 1.3086 against the dollar, after slumping the afternoon before as Theresa May battled to keep her government together amid various important Brexit votes in the House of Commons, and the dollar was lifted by indications of continued interest rate rises from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Against the euro, the pound was up 0.1% to 1.1258. Overnight, Brexiteers led by MP Jacob Rees-Mogg forced May to accept an amendment to her plans for a softer Brexit that commentators say will make it even more difficult for the European Union to accept her proposed customs arrangement. Confusingly, the government lost to the Brexiters by winning the Commons vote 305 to 302. The strongly pro-EU House of Lords will probably reject the amendment, said economist Callum Pickering at Berenberg, suggesting the amendment may not survive a second vote. He added that the risk has risen that a significant number of Brexit hardliners will refuse to support May in crucial votes regardless of the consequences. This may bring down her government and lead to snap elections unless parts of the opposition were to lend May a hand and bring her semi-soft Brexit through Parliament. Prior to the vote, Tory whips had reportedly threatened rebels with a general election this summer if they defeated May's customs plans. Labour, meanwhile, pulled 5 points in front of the Conservatives in the polls, with support for a second Brexit referendum also rising to its highest level. A YouGov poll for The Times put Labour up 2 points to 41%, with the Tories down 1 to 36%. The next obstacle for sterling will be inflation figures later in the morning. The Consumer Price Index, due from the Office for National Statistics at 0930 BST, is expected to rise in June to 2.6% year-on-year, from 2.4% in May. Having been softened up by a disappointing wage growth reading a day earlier, and then dragged lower by the latest bout of Brexit uncertainty, June's inflation data would be closely examined in relation to the Bank of England's monetary policy meeting in a fortnight, said market analyst Connor Campbell at SpreadX. It's still not completely clear what the Bank of England will do at August's meeting, with convincing arguments both for and against a rate hike. Investors should get a bit more clarity with Wednesday's inflation figures. Forecasts suggest the CPI reading is set to bounce from 2.4% to 2.6% month-on-month, a rise that may push a few more MPC members over to the hawkish bench occupied by Andy Haldane, Michael Saunders and Ian McCafferty in June. In company news, EasyJet took off on the back of third-quarter revenues rising 14% to £1.6 billion, as passenger numbers grew 9.3%. The budget carrier upped full-year profits guidance to £550 minus 590 meters, from the previous £530 minus 580 meters. British Airways owner IAG was lifted in its wake. Miner BHP Billiton was up after revealing fourth-quarter iron ore production rose 3% and raising 2019 guidance to 3%. Building materials group CRH gave its shares a boost as it sold off its DIY business in the Netherlands and Belgium for €510 million. Going the other way, Ladbrokes owner GVC Holdings fell despite announcing a not unsurprising boost from the World Cup in recent weeks that helped growth accelerate in the third quarter. Up by 11% growth in the second quarter, group net gaming revenue grew 8% in the first half. Smith's Group also fell despite reporting a return to growth, with underlying revenue for the 11 months to the 30th of June up 3%. All divisions were expected to be in line with full-year expectations, except for a fall for Smiths Medical amid a suspension of some products ahead of new EU 2020 regulations. Plastics manufacturer RPC also slumped as it revealed revenue from continuing operations for its first quarter was up 5.8%, benefiting from the contribution from Astropak, polymer price tailwinds and organic growth of 2.0%. This is down from revenue growth of 33% last year, when organic growth was 2.8%. Shares in water and waste company Severn Trent leaped slightly lower as it reiterated full-year guidance, with no material change to business performance or outlook. Market movers: FTSE 100 UKX 7,658.66 0.42%, FTSE 250 MCX 20,968.91 0.47%, Techmark TASX 3,601.95 0.62%, FTSE 100 risers: EasyJet EasyJ 1,705.50 P 3.81%, BHP Billiton BLT 1,666.40 P 2.20%, International Consolidated Airlines Group SAW CDI IAG 690.80 P 1.67%, Halma HLMA 1,387.00 P 1.61%, Proda International CRDA 5,032.00 P 1.55%, Scottish Mortgage Investment Trust SMT 556.30 P 1.42%, CRH 2,713.00 P 1.34%, NMC Health NMC 3,764.00 P 1.29%, Intercontinental Hotels Group IHG 4,951.00 P 1.25%, Ashtead Group AAHT 2,387.00 P 1.19%, FTSE 100 Fowlers Smiths Group SMIN 1,640.00 P -6.00%, GVC Holdings GVC 1,060.00 P -4.61%, Royal Mail RMG 460.30 P -4.37%, Severn Trent SVT 1,880.00 P -0.61%, RSA Insurance Group RSA 634.80 P -0.44%, Glencore Glen 314.25 P -0.40%, United Utilities Group UU 716.07 P -0.25%, Sainsbury JSBRY 327.90 P PFC 543.52 P -0.70%, Hikma Pharmaceuticals HIK 1,470.00 P -0.61%.